Why do people nowadays have to post everything they do on social media? There are so many things that need to be kept unsaid. So less is more when it comes to this. So in today's video, we're going to be covering some of the things that you should not be talking about on social media. Believe it or not, there's so many people out there that do not care. Yes, most of your friends, they don't. They'll probably see it and they scroll right by it. It's like white noise. They see it too much, right? So some of the things we're going to cover today: relationship issues, your finances, your family problems, personal health issues, and last but not least, your successes. Believe it or not, people could care less about how successful you are nowadays. You want to maintain boundaries with your people. You want to have certain areas of your life that are private. They're only for you. Now, in some of these cases, you might want to have somebody you can confide in, for support. It could be a family member, friend, or something like that. That's different. But for the most part, all your 700 people or 1,200 people on social media don't need to know everything you do. They don't need a play-by-play on your life. Personal finances is the first one. I think that should be obvious, but people don't need to know how much money you make. They don't need to know how much money you have in the bank. They don't need to know how much money your business makes. Basically, your personal financial statement basically is what you own and what you owe, and in the middle after that, you have your net worth. People don't need to know this stuff. This is private. Matter of fact, if I'm talking to a bank or some kind of a loan place or something, I don't even like giving those people my information because I don't like it. It just gives me a bad vibe. Something else that we want to stay away from online is your relationship issues. If you're having problems with your spouse or better half or what have you, you don't need to tell people this, because out of the 20 people that come to give you advice, you're gonna have 20 different things that they're gonna tell you. Which one is the best one? So, and also they're gonna be coming at you later. Hey, how did that thing work out? Are you okay? I saw you posted. Are you okay? And you know what? That's just more stress later. Because even when you work the problem out later, these people are still coming back later and asking you if things are okay. And you're like, yeah, I'm fine. Or they'll be texting you individually offline, are you okay? Or they might call you. It just creates more problems in your life. And that's what you don't need. The third thing is your family problems. This should go without saying, but I probably see this one the most. People will put out there if they got an argument with their kids, their wife, their uncles, or aunts. I've even seen long drawn out stories where somebody and they put it all out there. They said this, they said that, they cursed me out, they said, and I'm just thinking, man, is anybody reading this stuff? Because, and also, it's basically showing a sign of weakness is what it's doing. When you're putting your problems out there, and don't get me wrong, we all have problems. They're not reserved for the poor, rich, poor, everybody has problems. But when you're putting your family problems out there and things like this, you're telling people, you have problems and you can't fix things, and no, don't get me wrong, we're not perfect, and I understand that also. But this is something that they just don't need to see, okay? And to be honest with you, nowadays, employers, they're looking online, and they see this kind of stuff. It's like not good. It's not a good image for them. A fourth item we're going to cover are health issues. Now, I've talked to people, and I had a guy sit there for 15 minutes to tell me everything that was wrong with him. He's taking beta blockers, he's on low blood pressure medicine, he's on, this, he's on that, antidepressants, and there was 11 meds that he's on. And I thought, wow, you're on 11 meds. And, as he's talking about all these different things he's taking, I'm listening and I'm trying to find out, well, I'm listening, I'm waiting to hear something like a vitamin or maybe a mineral or an omega. No, he's taking just pure hardcore meds. And it's like a badge of honor. He was telling me, like, well, I take this and I take that. And the whole time he's saying this, in my head, I'm thinking, so you've been on this planet for 45 years and you haven't taken care of yourself. Because a lot of this stuff was preventative. But instead of fixing it the right way, he just went to the meds. So I see this and I think, wow, don't put your personal, when it comes to your personal health issues, don't put those out there. Number one, people don't care. I promise you, people don't care. And number two, it's not going to do you any good. Now, you might think it does you good. I think some people do it like to play the victim card, but in actuality, people don't care. They really don't. What do they care about? Themselves. The last thing we're going to cover that you do not want to put out there are your personal successes. You might think that people want to know that you won the lottery or, you're making $1 million a year. They don't. They really don't. People will envy you. They're called player haters, whatever you want to say. Truly, truly, people despise it when you get successful. They won't tell you that in your face, but behind you, this is what's going on in their head. So if you're putting your successes out there, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a time to have a celebration. You know, you might have closed on a piece of property, whether it's commercial or maybe you got your, your third shop going on your franchise. Okay, don't get me wrong, you can celebrate that. But I just personally, I would not be putting this kind of information out online all the time. Once in a great while, you might say, hey, we hit a milestone or something like this. But as far as your personal successes all the time, giving them a play-by-play of what's going on in your life, I would not do this. In the midst of all this stuff, you want to respect boundaries and maintain your privacy. Again, there are some people you can confide in. It could be a family member, might be a best friend. That's who you want to chat with on things like this. All this other stuff, stay away from online, keep it away. It just is going to make your life a lot less stressful. If you've got some value out of this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.